Welcome to a new vlog. Today is Saturday and it is the very first Sister of 2024 and actually of the past couple of years. So I just did my hair and I'm going to now get ready with my makeup. For my skincare, I did Kate Somerville Delicate line, the serum and the moisturizer, and it's so amazing on my very sensitive skin. And then I am still loving the best lip mask out there. It's from Glow Recipe. Laura Mercier sent over some products for me to try, some new, some refills. I'm really excited about the primer, and I know my mom is really gonna like this stuff too. They also sent over liquid highlighter, which I haven't tried before, and then some of their eyeliners, which I love the liners, a new shade of blush. I love their blush. My favorite products from Laura Mercier are definitely, this is a really cool, it kind of doesn't show in this camera lighting right now, but it's the color Guava and it's a really light apricot that's matte. And my favorite Laura Mercier products, I love their translucent powder and their eyeliner, their mascara, but I also love the Bath & Body line. They're just so good. So I'm gonna have all of my favorites linked down below. Sister is a monthly networking group for young women who are interested in any kind of creative media, mostly photographers because that's what a lot of my audience is, but we've had people who are just interested in photography as a hobby, or people who work in corporate, maybe they work in marketing, graphic designers. The point is just so that young women can meet others in the local community who share common ground like creative media and art, just so that they can make more friends. So I started it in 2018, I believe, when I was living in New York City, and we would meet every month, and the demand grew where we would then we were at a point where we had 16 cities and there's about 1,000 girls registered in the system. Not like 1,000 girls went, but there was a lot of interest. So every month we'd have a topic that all of the cities would talk about. So for example, the first month we did it was how to navigate difficult conversations in the workplace. And then we'd also bring in professionals to teach the girls. So for example, we had Amanda Holden, who teaches about personal finance and investment, but she's legit. She's not just like a theater major who decided to do finance, advice. She worked on Wall Street and she just taught the girls basics of personal finance. So what is a credit card? What's the interest on a credit card? How do student loans really work? Things like that were just not taught in the American school system. It's totally free. It's a volunteer program, and so that it makes it as accessible as possible for girls. The last Sister that took place was, I believe, July 2019. I was moving back from New York and I just wanted a couple of months to kind of settle into Seattle. A couple of months went by and then it was COVID. So we haven't done it since, and I just haven't been in a place where I can really put my energy into it until recently. And I've been wanting to do Sister again for a while, but I also need help with it. So my friend Olivia is helping out, and she did like a lot of stuff on the back end because we haven't updated anything since 2019. So anyway, today is a free resume workshop led by my mom, who works in corporate and stuff, and she already trains on this type of stuff at her job, and she's been part of like mentor programs and has done this before, so I thought this would be a good first one to do. And it's taking place at the Renton Highlands Library, so you can actually rent out, and this has eliminated the biggest obstacle, which is finding locations. I think next month I'm considering doing it at a coffee shop in Tacoma. I forget what it's called. It's like Elephant and something, I think. I don't really remember, but it's a huge coffee shop. We'll see. But anyway, today we're doing it at the Renton Library. This is Laura Mercier pencil in the color Cocoa, which I love. It's so warm and amazing brown. And I'm just going to do that and then put on my mascara. Anyway, and at the library you can rent out the conference rooms, and this was the one space that was available. was the Renton Highlands one. Originally I wanted to do Issaquah because I felt like that was a better meeting point between the east side and the west side, like Bellevue area, and then Seattle, but Renton Highlands is what was available. Just did my Glow Recipe dewdrops, and now let's do the foundation. At this workshop, my mom is going to be teaching all about how to write and like perfect your resume. The girls have been invited to bring their computers to work on the resume or bring their pre-existing resumes, and my mom is going to give everybody who wants it direct feedback, and I'm really excited. And again, this is totally free. Sister Sister is always free. It always will be. I'll have information for Sister Sister linked down below. And I don't know when we're going to be able to expand into other cities, but I know that there's a demand, and I think we'll just have to kind of work our way back into it. But you can always fill out your info in the link in the description box below, or send me a DM on Instagram what city you're in and then your email address, and I'll put you in like a little spreadsheet. I think the most realistic next one that we would do would be New York City, but just have to find somebody who is willing to volunteer to lead that. I'm gonna go in with my jumbo loose setting powder. I mentioned this in my previous vlog that I'm gonna be slowing down creating vlogs, but I'm gonna just do them where I almost like once a month, maybe twice a month. And instead of it being a consistent week, it'll be the days where I actually have something interesting going on versus just working from home and kind of, I don't know, to me I feel like that's not very interesting, but you know, highlighting a photo shoot, doing this kind of thing with Sister Sister. I have some trips coming up, so those will be vlogs as well of me packing, and I also plan to vlog when I'm on the trips. But I'm just gonna kind of restructure things to be a little bit different. I love this brush. It's also from Laura Mercier. It's the Glow Powder, and it's the coolest shape for your entire face. I want to try out this new blush that they sent. It's the color Guava. I almost don't know if this is showing up on my skin tone. I feel like that's a little bit light. I'm gonna put on All That Sparkles over top. This is like my go-to pink blush. And then I have my bronzer and highlight also from Laura Mercier, the Highlight 01. Now I'm going to do a little lip color from Laura Mercier High Vibe Lip Color in the color Like. It's like a really cute little coral. This is Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in the color Pink Venus. Oh, that is so nice. I've just finished up Sister Sister. It was at the library, and the library is brand new. It was beautiful, and it was so much fun, and I have some amazing feedback and ideas for the next couple of months. One idea that a girl had, her name's Betsy, that she said that we could do like a speed networking event and maybe do like a panel of women, and then at the end of the panel they could like introduce themselves and what they do, and then there's the opportunity to almost like speed date all of the panelists. So I think that would be super fun. And then next month we're gonna do one all about branding, and that's gonna be more of a hands-on activity. And they were just suggesting to me ways that I should adjust the marketing to be able to get more girls in the door. So I really focused on this time the material and like what they're going to be learning versus the community aspect. So they were like, lean more into the community and like that benefit of being able to meet new girls. I'm out of breath. Versus so much about the material, because I was just like really promoting like the resume workshop, but I didn't really talk so much about this is how you can make new friends and meet new girls. Oh, I'm out of breath. But yeah, it was really good. And now I'm off to IKEA because I'm in Renton. Renton is where IKEA is at to make some returns. Made it to IKEA. Now I'm scared about how long the return line will be because it's 4 o'clock. I'm returning frames from the gallery wall that I didn't end up using. And then there's more small frames in here. And then these are some shelf brackets. Later on in the week, it is a Thursday, and I have just finished up with my work. I'm about to take my makeup off and get ready for Orange Theory. It is February and I still have my tree up, but that's just because I've been really down bad and it brings me joy and it's very cozy. I am going to Buenos Aires for 6 days, I believe, and then Antarctica for 10 days. It's the same trip and I have to pack for 2 completely polar, get it? Opposite climates. I leave on Sunday and I'm gonna bring you along with me to finish up packing. I went to REI and got all of the gear that I need for Antarctica, as well as I went to the North Face and got a fleece, have all of my wool layers, and for Buenos Aires, I think it's gonna be 90 degrees and I am just gonna pack. I need to double check if it's 6 or 5 days off the top of my head, I don't know. I think I'm just gonna pack 3 outfits and just do outfit repeating, which is my favorite on trips. It just makes the most sense. Okay, I do have to get going because I need to still take my makeup off, but in Antarctica, most of the gear I will be renting. So the boots, the parka, there's another jacket, the gloves, though I did bring gloves that go inside because they're big mittens. They're like Gorax. We also have, what else? I don't know. We have like a waterproof backpack and like ski poles. So all of that I don't have to actually pack with me, but I do need to bring my own snow pants as a backup. I got them for $100 at REI. It was an amazing sale actually because it's like end of the season, end of winter season that is. Anyway, there's a lot to do and I've had 6 weeks to prep for this trip and I cannot believe that it's almost here. So, oh my gosh. Anyway, I just wanted to do a little intro to tonight and I'll see you when I'm back from my workout. This is my first international trip in a little over a year. The last one I did was to Bali, Indonesia, and I was teaching at a photography retreat. That was November 2023. And that was my first international trip post-COVID. So a lot has changed in the past year. Most countries no longer require proof of vaccination and they've relaxed all regulations for COVID-19. Some countries require proof of vaccination. Argentina, we didn't have to, and Antarctica, we didn't have to. We just had to show a negative COVID test. Apparently, some countries are not enforcing it, even though they say that they do. In Europe, you can actually check the vaccination status in airports. It's no longer called the COVID booster shot, it's just the COVID shot. It is important to get your updated shot and stay up to date, especially if you are traveling, and of course for everyday life, just so that you can reduce the risk of sickness and hospitalization of yourself and those around you. The CDC recommends the updated 2023 to 2024 COVID vaccines, so Pfizer, Moderna, Noravax, which will help protect you against serious illnesses with COVID-19. The CDC just said that if you have COVID or any other respiratory illness, you don't need to isolate for 5 days before returning to work or school. If you've been fever-free for 24 hours without the aid of medications, you're good to go if your symptoms are improving. Super important to know that you can be contagious without having symptoms. Even if you end any total isolation after being sick, it's still very important to be careful and to limit close contact with others so that they don't get sick too. And these guidelines apply to COVID, influenza, the flu, which should make it easier for people to comply. If you haven't gotten your COVID booster shot, I know we're not calling it that anymore, but if you haven't gotten your updated COVID shot and you are planning on traveling, super important to get that done so that you can protect yourself and protect others. The first thing that came in, which is something that is like a necessity. I don't know how many photos I'm gonna be taking, but I don't want to run out of storage space. I have 2 4-terabyte solid state drives and 2 2-terabyte solid state drives. And I am going to end up, if you are like, what's an SSD? This is much faster than a traditional external hard drive for both importing and exporting your files as well as editing, especially for video. And these can just be for your active projects, and then you move everything onto an external drive. That's one way you could do it. There's no moving parts in this hard drive, so it's a little bit more durable, if you will, and like travel friendly. You don't have to be super precious about it. And then I got a new little sticky grip that goes on the back of my phone. I got a privacy glass screen protector, also something that I need. I just took my phone to Apple to get the screen repaired because it was broken across the selfie camera. Then I also bought a camera strap. I do not use a camera strap on my DSLR, but for this trip I want to use it so I can have it hanging around my neck and I have to keep pulling it out of my backpack in Antarctica. Then I bought a camera strap for my vlog camera, which is what I'm using right now, so this can also be around my neck. I ordered these beanies off of Amazon. I think this will be really cool with all of the ice. And then I have hot pink, which I love. And then this one I'm not obsessed with, honestly, but I actually really like the fit. And all of these, all three are lined with like fleece. Still my REI stuff, and everything has been washed, has been dried too. I'm working on this in chunks throughout the afternoon, but I just put all of my toiletries in here. I still need to get a couple of things from the store, like travel shampoo and conditioner, and I don't know if I want to have it organized this way, but I have my sunscreens. I'm gonna have the sunscreens. These two are like a normal type of sunscreen, and then this is a spray-on. For hair products, I'm keeping it really simple. I'm gonna get a travel shampoo and conditioner, like a refill my normal one into a travel size. I have this dry shampoo paste and then an oil. Then I have this Cetaphil bottle. I always bring this with me on trips, and it's great because you can use it on dry skin. You don't need water. Makeup remover, we have micellar water in here, and then this is a cleansing balm. I'm just gonna bring both of them. Everything else in here, I still need to add like my razor, 2 travel size lotions. And I'm gone for so long that I usually would just do one, but I'm gonna bring both and I'll go through them. Sunscreen powder, flossers, Q-tips, and then these cleaning things for my Invisalign. And then for my makeup, it's gonna be very, very simple. Cuticle oil, I'm gonna bring this on the airplane, but it's in here right now. This is the lips that I'm gonna do. This is from Laura Mercier. It's a lip balm kind of lipstick. I love this. I just got sent this. Oh, there's 2 in here. Well, I only need the one. I'm gonna do this kind of peachy coral color. Brush, foundation, and concealer. I am almost out, so I used some Sephora points actually to get a little knocked off of such a boring thing. I need to go to the grocery store and get a new mascara as well as a refill of this brow gel. You can see I'm almost out. So this is what, actually I should put this out here so I remember for the grocery store, which I'll probably do tomorrow. This highlighter, I got it for $4 and I love it. I got it right before Korea actually because I wanted something just, I don't know, I liked how small it was compared to what I already own. And then for blush, I am bringing All That Sparkles, which is the perfect pink blush from Laura Mercier. This is a brand new one. Here's my brow pencil that I use, Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal in dark brunette, because brunette is way too red. This is the best pencil ever. It stays in place. It's not too waxy. And then I am bringing an eyeliner with me. This is Laura Mercier eyeliner in the color Cocoa, and I love their eyeliners. Hairline powder. Cotton pads I usually use reusable, but for the sake of the trip, for moisturizer, I'm gonna do CeraVe and then put this in a travel size pot. So that's something else I have to get at the store. What exactly is going on? Why am I going to Antarctica? How am I going? It was really last minute. I had like 6 weeks notice. Basically, my friend offered me a spot on the trip at cost. I think that some people dropped out, and because it's so last minute and a big time commitment, it's hard to fill the spot. So I was able to get it for a discount, which is incredible. I'm going to Buenos Aires like first because that's on the way. It's part of the layover and I want to go there. It seems so interesting. I'm gonna go to Uruguay for a day trip. It's just across like a 2-hour ferry ride. I should probably go to Costco. On my last international trip, which was to South Korea in September, October, I was throwing up for half of the plane ride there, and it's 12 hours, so 6 hours of being really nauseous, and I've never experienced that before. I always get car sick and kind of motion sick, but never on the airplane. And then on the flight back, which thank God was only 8 hours, when I sat down and the guy sitting next to me, he's like, oh yeah, the flight back is 8 hours. I was like, what? the flight there's 12. It's amazing. I was so pleased to hear that, especially my experience flying there and being so nauseous. The entire plane ride, I was throwing up. I got some prescribed by my doctor, and I'm gonna take that for all the plane rides, but then on the actual boat, we have to go through something called the Drake Passage, and it can either be called like the Drake Shake, and that's where you have stormy seas. It could also be something called the Drake Lake, where it's very calm. And God has so much favor on me, and he gives me such a good luck that I feel like I'm gonna have the Drake Lake both ways, I hope, but most likely not. So I also have that medication for that, and then also Xanax, because I have major flight anxiety. And before flights lately, ever since I started traveling post-COVID, I have a panic attack like at the airport. It's a pretty simple flight. It's from Seattle to Houston, 4-hour layover in Houston, and then I believe the flight is like 10 hours from Houston to Buenos Aires. And then if I was going straight to the ship, then you would transfer and take a 3-hour flight to one of the ports further down the country, and then you leave from there. But I'm breaking it up and going to Buenos Aires first. Packing right now for Argentina, and I'm going to be there for 4 full days, but 6 total. I come in on Monday and then I leave on Saturday. So I'm trying to be as minimal with packing for Argentina as possible. So it's going to be 90 degrees there. These 2 tops from Aritzia, I wore these in Bali. These are awesome, and they protect you from the sun quite a bit. Button down, that's from Amor Vert. This I think is 6 years old, and I love it. I bring it on all vacations, and then it kind of goes with everything. And then I have these shorts from Target. I'm thinking for my Uruguay day trip. It's silk, so it's really breathable for me. It's super light. I'm also going to bring one of these skirts for the boat. It's super casual, so I'm gonna just be wearing my like workout clothes and like sweatpants and stuff. So now I need to pare down how many sports bras I basically want to bring. The sports bras are also what I'm going to wear in Antarctica for the 4 days that we're actually on the continent and not just traveling. So it's 10 full days, and I'm definitely trying to be a light packer lately, and I have been, but I don't want to underpack for something like this trip. These, and then have a tank top to sleep in, and then a pair of cotton shorts. Then I also have a pair of long sleeve pajamas. I'm bringing a swimsuit with me for Buenos Aires in case I go to a spa there or the pool, you know, that kind of thing. My leggings. So I have a pair of black flare Lululemons that I'm going to pack. I also have these. They have pockets on the side. I want to do the ones with pockets so I can easily like put my phone in there if I'm just running somewhere and want to be more hands-free on the boat. And then I also have this pair from Ten Tree. That's an olive, and it has pockets on the side. And then I'm going to do my black set from Ten Tree on the plane. 3 pairs of sweatpants to be extra this is a little overpacking. Typically I just do 2, but I'm gonna do that, and then a crew neck sweatshirt, and then I'm gonna do a hoodie. I always like to wear a separate sweatshirt on the airplane because I feel like it just gets so disgusting, especially after an international flight. And then I need to just grab some of these really big t-shirts, and this is something I could also sleep in and just wear on the boat. Now I'm going to pare down the Argentina clothes. Okay, I've decided that everything is coming with me. I'm not going to pare it back, and it's just going to go into my carry-on. All these sports bras for Antarctica, and then I can also, you know, wear one in Buenos Aires. The base layers, these are from the brand Smart Wool from REI. I got 2 shirts. The pants don't really matter because they go underneath your stuff. So that is that. And then I just have more little laundry air drying, and I need to wash some more t-shirts, but I am going to start packing up at least Buenos Aires. And then I grabbed another pair of sweatpants, so I'm going to have these 2, and then I have a pair of black ones I'm also going to bring. And then this is the sweater I'm going to bring. It's from American Vintage. It's like a merino wool. I am starting to now pack up my gear for Antarctica. Here is just a little bit of what I'm bringing. I showed you guys these hats, but underneath the hats, even though they are lined, I'm gonna do this. It's fleece. It has like a little face thing that you can pull down, but I also do have a fleece face wrap that I need to grab. And then I have this little ear muff wrap thing too that will go under. And then I have 2 pairs of outer gloves, and I'm also renting a pair because it came in a pack that I'm renting with like the parka and stuff from. And then I have inner gloves that are from REI that go inside these. And I have this belt that my mom actually has. I bought one from REI. It's for like snow pants and hiking pants and stuff like that. And then these are the snow pants from REI. I got them on sale for $100. They're in the petite size. We do also get to rent a pair of pants that comes in that kit, but I was advised to bring my own just in case. Then we were told to get a fleece, so I went with the North Face. This is the Delaney. This fleece is a jacket that acts as a shell between all of your under layers and then the parka. Grab the rest of the stuff and I'm gonna start packing it, I guess, into the suitcase. I'll show you the rest of the stuff later because it's actually in the dryer, or it's hanging dry, but I'm gonna show you guys these socks that I got. 3 pairs of wool socks, 2 pairs of merino wool liners, and then I have a couple fluffy socks for the boat, but I need to grab some regular like crew socks. These are the inside gloves. These are from REI that you wear as like a liner to the big snow gloves or to the mittens that I'm gonna be getting in the rental. I've just gotten back from Costco, FedEx, and Fred Meyer, which is a grocery store, and I am so thankful. Like, thank you, Jesus, that I saw this. KEH is letting me borrow a telephoto lens from them for wildlife photography and like landscapes when I'm in Antarctica. And they overnighted it here, which was incredible. I love KEH. It's where you can buy, you can also sell used camera equipment. You can get incredible deals and everything is slightly used. It's really good condition and it's all rated transparently on their website. So I love them and they were so generous to let me borrow this telephoto lens. They overnighted it. The doorbell did not ring for FedEx. I step outside for a second and I see the little, "We missed you, but we'll be back on Monday." And I'm like, no, oh my gosh, Monday's when I leave. I call them and they say I can go and pick it up in Kent. And I look at the time and I have 45 minutes to make it there before it closes at 3. And so I am foot on the gas. I run out the door and thank God I make it there just in time, 10 minutes before they close, and praise God too that it was the correct location. I had this thought in my mind, like, what if this is not the right shipping center? What if, I don't know. So they have it, it's now in my possession, and I can pack it with me for Antarctica. So then, since I was down in Kent, there's a Costco like right down the street. So I wanted to go to Costco to get Lysol wipes, just for my house, but also to bring with me a big thing of Cliff Bars and some peanut butter M&Ms. At Costco, I also got some Liquid IV. I believe they're actually sending some over because sometimes they'll gift me the product, but it's not gonna come in time, and so I just picked up a bag. I really like this for really hot climates where I can just fill up with water, which I need to grab. 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna take a little break to dye my hair. I dye it myself, and I try to time it right before my nail appointment because the dye, since it's black, it stains my nails. My hair has faded quite a bit. This is what I use to dye my hair. It's an EQ, Redken Shades EQ, and this is a gloss. It's in the color 4N Chicory, and usually I mix equal parts of this with 4NB, B as in bumblebee, and it's the color Maple. It just makes it a really nice mushroom, dark brown. I ran out of all of that and I need to get more and I don't have any, so I'm just gonna do the Chicory. This is what I did about 6 weeks ago too. My hair is done and it looks so fresh and so good, and it's 9 o'clock now. Tomorrow I'm gonna grab my suitcase from the rafters in my garage and then pack it up. And then I'm also tomorrow going to be packing up all of my electronics and my camera gear, which will be very interesting. And then unboxing the telephoto lens that KEH sent over, which I'm so grateful. It is Sunday afternoon. I went into my Orange Theory workout. I got my nails chopped off very short so that they can fit in the gloves. Now it's time for me to actually start putting stuff in the suitcases and then preparing what I'm gonna bring on the airplane, and then get my camera gear also sorted out and packed. And then I want to transfer some stuff from some hard drives that I can edit on the airplane. Let's get to it. Almost done packing, and I just opened up, this is a 100 to 400 millimeter telephoto lens that I borrowed from KEH. I talked about it yesterday, the mad rush of picking this up from FedEx. This is what it looks like. It's not as intensely heavy as I thought, but I am now going to be bringing 3 suitcases, 2 small carry-ons, and then 1 big one, because my camera gear is taking up the entire carry-on suitcase, and I still have my clothes from Buenos Aires and stuff I have to bring. I've never traveled with 3 suitcases. I'm a little bit nervous, but I need to bring all my camera gear. It's about 7 o'clock and I'm almost done. My main suitcase, the big one, is all packed up at 47 pounds and the limit is 50. And then I'm doing all my camera gear right now, and I'll show you how I pack that. And then I have a little carry-on that I'm checking that is going to be basically empty, because in Buenos Aires there's amazing flea markets and stuff, and I want to do a little bit of shopping and make sure that I have enough room and not compromise on all my other gear and necessities. So far this is what I have. This is a little low pro shell, and then I have this little low pro that has my batteries in it, and then I have my 24 to 105 zoom that I'll be using in Buenos Aires, and then I also brought a 50 with me, and I'm kind of thinking I don't even need the 50, but whatever. And then I have my Canon R, and then this is my backup body, and then I'm going to put my Mark IV in, but I'm just transferring some photos to my computer. And then here's the telephoto lens. So we're in my office right now, and I'm going to take this washi tape and just label my hard drives. Here are my SD cards and CF cards, and then there's even more behind here, and then I have a few more that I'm just transferring and gonna get all ready to go. I recommend putting washi tape on all of your stuff. You can see here on my SD card reader I have it. I have some on my computer charger. This is super important if you are going on a trip, so that, especially with other photographers or just like your friend who's a photographer, so that your stuff doesn't get mixed up. Especially some people are harder on their stuff than others, so even though it's like, well, if we get our SD cards readers mixed up, who really cares? But there's could be like the prongs or whatever, those little, I don't know, you never know. So it's best to pick a color of washi tape. I usually choose pink, and put everything in that, including your phone charger, like everything. Just grabbed my phone charger and I put a little piece here, and then I'm also gonna do it on the cord itself, and then I'm gonna do the same thing on my travel phone chargers. This little pouch is from the brand Moment. They have a small size and this standard size. I have both and I love both. And pack this up with all of the hard drives. I can even fit my entire computer charging block. It's so awesome. You have this little mesh pocket that has slip pockets. I mean, it's really awesome. These elastic bands you can hold cords in. I really love this, and I totally recommend it. And then my memory cards, I guess, will just go in here, and then that's all gonna zip up. Okay, this is almost done. I'm so excited.